Do the people in your dreams wear masks? When did they start? No, but I also got yelled at by my grandpa in my dreams last night, and he passed 14 years ago, so evidently my dreams aren't happening this year. I know how you feel. I sometimes have dreams about my grandparents that have been dead for 12 years. The strange thing is that it's about recent events in my life. Still no pandemic yet. Had a dream the other night about a grandfather and an aunt who've been dead 35 and 21 years respectively. I also have dreams about a cat we had put down when I was 10, 1993. My brain is just really random. Dead grandparents and dead pet ferrets are the most frequent characters in my dreams. I would honestly prefer not to dream at all. Happens to me too. I like to think they're stopping by for a visit when that happens. It's honestly really comforting. This recently happened to me when I dreamt about my grandma. In my dream we hugged and I woke up so content. It's been such a lovely feeling to hold on to over the past few days. I recently lost my grandfather, and I found it, I guess, shocking that I didn't have dreams about him immediately after. It's been months and I've had maybe 3. Even then, every time he's a protective figure, I have frequent nightmares, to the point where I'm on a medication for them, and it's never a nightmare while he's there. If it begins a nightmare, it stops when he shows up. And if it's a good dream, I have a nightmare when he suddenly disappears. I know it's likely just me processing the trauma of losing him suddenly subconsciously, but it's comforting. It's like I get to see him healthy and smiling again. I mean, yeah, it could be our subconscious trying to make us feel better, but ... This is gonna sound weird, so please just hear me out. My grandparents have both passed away, and sometimes they'll show up in my dreams. My grandpa more often than my grandma. Here's the weird part. Sometimes there will just be something OFF about him, like he'll seem to have less energy. I'll ask him a question or say something to him and he'll give a short answer or just mumble quietly. This is when I'm convinced that it really is just my subconscious making up a story and using him as a character in it, aka it's really just my mind trying to fill in what he would say, do, and failing. But then there are other times where he'll be very energetic and happy. In these dreams he talks to me first before I talk to him, ask a question, and he seems almost spot on with how he actually was in real life. This happens slightly less often, but when it does, I love it. The even weirder part is that even though my grandma appears less often, she never seems like a fake character my brain is making up. She's always exactly like she was in real life. I really think, in my gut, not my heart but like the bottom of my gut, the sixth sense part of my gut that just knows what's going on before I do, that those times where their dream selves are identical to their real life selves might actually be them stopping by for a visit. Every time it happens I always wake up feeling great and really energized. And some of those dreams were so damn realistic I swear there had to be something real about them. Not sure what, but something. Also, I'm not at all a super duper religious person, and I'm not claiming to be able to talk to ghosts or anything or trying to reach for what I want to be true lol. But I do think there's more to dreaming than just our subconscious mixing up random things we said / did / saw during the day. I don't remember my dreams anymore. I'm starting to doubt I even have them. I remember reading somewhere that people who remember their dreams more don't usually sleep very well. They wake up abruptly during the part of their sleep where the dreams happen, so they remember them. Anecdotally, my dad wakes up constantly when he sleeps and remembers his dreams, and I sleep very well and rarely remember them, so maybe it's true? As someone with narcolepsy, you are right. I remember my dreams almost every night because I get too much REM at night. REM sleep isn't your restorative sleep stage, and too much of it means I wake up groggy and I'm tired during the day. There are certain narcolepsy meds that even work to suppress REM sleep at night so you wake more rested. I remember most of my dreams in neon details, and I never feel rested. Maybe too much REM is an issue. Yeah, probably. I don't sleep well and wake up 3-5 times a night. I was supposed to have a sleep study done, but due to my insurance deductible, they wanted a $1,200 copay. So yeah, I remember my dreams a lot, and they're always so fucking weird. I would love a dreamless sleep. I also start dreaming even if I've only fell asleep for 20 minutes after hitting snooze, which I hear isn't a good thing. So I'm tired a lot. But even when I'm not tired, I look tired because I have hereditary dark under eye circles. So I deal with strangers and CO workers constantly telling me how tired I look. I wish random people weren't so comfortable making comments about my fucking appearance and how tired I look, whether I am or not. But now that my sleep has worsened, it doesn't really do me any favors. Are you on medication? I noticed that once I got my anxiety under control, with meds, I went from remembering dreaming vividly every night to having nights where I don't remember dreaming. Makes me wonder if the meds affect memory. I found that I have more difficulty recalling things on them. But on them I'm also less likely to replay conversations in my head over and over. No, but people have stopped having mouths, unless I'm specifically dreaming about friends/family/folks I last saw before quarantine. It's not scary that they don't have mouths, just like ... that part of their face isn't finished or filled in. If I notice during my dream and look closely, mouths will usually appear, but they're indistinct. This started around July of last year, when I moved to a new city and started living alone for the first time in several years, so stopped seeing people in person without masks. That's an interesting take, like your brain has 75% of the face stored and has decided the other 25% is just like that now. I don't think people wear masks in my dreams, but I don't recall specifically paying attention to it when I'm dreaming, either. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I've also always had difficulty with faces. Like I was pretty good at portraiture in art school because I could very precisely replicate different features, but when I looked at the whole image and back at the model, I never thought it looked at all like them. But my instructors and fellow students said my pictures were great. I also cannot recognize my own face in photos. I have to look for clothes I know I own, was wearing to find myself. Face blindness, or prosopagnosia. It's a thing. This is nightmare material. It sounds creepy, but it's neutral in my dreams. I have bad eyesight, so the best description I can make is that people's mouths look like they would if I wasn't wearing my glasses. The rest of their face is in focus, and they're talking/breathing/eating/whatever in my dream, so I know they have them. They're just ... out of view. I tend to be aware of the fact that I'm dreaming at least once a night, but I can't do full lucid dreams where I control them, more just observing what happens and what's going on. And I remember the first time I noticed I couldn't see mouths on people. Usually people in my dreams don't wear masks, but I will sometimes be going about my business in a dream and suddenly realize, oh crap, I'm not wearing a mask. This happens in almost all of my dreams now. And then I immediately start searching for masks in a nearby store while holding my shirt over my face. Lol. I keep forgetting my mask in my dreams as well and have to do the shirt thing. I've had similar dreams. One was at a fairly packed movie theater, my husband and I in line for snacks, and I suddenly panicked and grabbed him and said, "Wait, what are we doing here and why aren't we wearing masks?" ! I also dreamed of being in a packed bar, being on vacation on a resort, shopping at a mall and having the same terrified reaction. Why am I here and where is my mask? Same. It's that I'm wearing or not wearing a mask, not so much other people. It's not quite on the anxiety level of a nudity dream. I usually just pull my shirt collar over my nose or cover my lower face with my hand and it's good enough in the dream realm. Yes, I work in a hospital and a guy I work with was wearing a mask. It was color coordinated to match his tux, which he was wearing to take me to my prom. Except we are both adults and there was no reason for a prom. And we are both married to other, awesome people. And we aren't friends outside of work. And I'm not attracted to him in any way. The mask was the most normal part of the dream. TBH. I had to scroll down way too far to find another yay. People in my dreams started wearing masks probably 1-2 months after lockdowns last year. Bastards get yelled at in my dream when they aren't wearing masks. Also kudos to your mask matching coworker, very chic. I dreamed I forgot my mask walking around in a department store yesterday and just couldn't find it. People were standing staring and I realized I had to walk through crowds of people without it. It was an anxiety dream about the kids going back to school on the 8th and me not being ready yet. A new version of the naked dream. I'm going to start getting these now. This actually happened to me IRL. I got to the supermarket all distracted. I went in without mask and guard kinda forgot to tell me as well. Was doing my grocery but I felt weird like something was off. Suddenly I realized I wasn't wearing mask now. This happened to me too. Somehow I got all the way to the freaking deli counter in the grocery store before I noticed I wasn't wearing one. Awkwardly tucked my chin until it was my turn and asked the deli lady if she had an extra mask. I used to work at that store and knew they had a box. I don't really dream about people that much. The last person I saw in my dreams was a floating ice head that spewed blood out of its eyes. And no, he wasn't wearing a mask. I feel like the lack of a face mask is probably the least disturbing part of that dream. What are you the other one of though? Really interesting question, but it's no from me. I've had very weird dreams over the lockdowns because of medication I had to take for insomnia that induces questionable dreams and hallucinations if you fight the need to sleep. The most recent of these that I can remember is going to a mosque after hanging around with some cowboys, and then being made sit at a table to eat with a load of Muslims, one of which was an absolute muscular giant who told me to take off my shoes. Edit, I would also like to add that me and the cowboys went on a bike ride to the gym before this, but the gym was closed because it was raining. I only remember this because I looked through a chat with one of my buddies that I tell all my weird dreams to and the full details were there.